here and I'll go with.
Yeah, we got some people jumping on. It's a little bit early for us. That's why we tried to get it out. We usually do ours at 9 or 8 your time, but that didn't work. So we thought we would accompany you because we want you on here. So another minute or so to jump on, and then
Oh, that's fine. Take your time.
I
I
know
got a question. It says this meeting is being recorded, but how do I get rid of that? It's taking half my, or not half my screen, but it's in the middle of my screen.
Ooh, I don't know how to get it off of yours.
Okay. That's okay. Let me figure it. Oh, here. Oh, got it. Okay, I got it.
Good. Awesome. Awesome. Freddie, also, I'd love to have you up here to the farm when you come down if you're able to. I don't know what you're going to stay at Melissa's or where you're staying at or anything else like that. We can talk about that next week, but I'd love for you to come out here and
I'd love to see your farm.
if you can.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be fun. I look forward to that.
Is it just you or is Carrie coming with you?
I'll have to ask her, see if she's coming. But I'll definitely invite her. So yeah, that'd be fun if she came. I think she'd like it.
Right.
Hey, Freddie, real quick, I see that Alicia Christ is on. And Sherlyn Bray's on. Oh, right. Okay, so just real quick. These are part of my team. Sherlyn Bray, you met when you were in Texas. Or no. We were up in Oregon. We were in Oregon for the leadership conference. So Sherlyn Bray from the Fort Worth area is on. She's a rock star.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember her. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then Alicia Christ is also on. If I could have gotten 2 invitations to XLC, believe you me. But she's a rock star and she lives in Colorado. And they own a grain store and tax store. And she's just a busy mom, but she's on it with a heart of gold. So I wanted to extend those invitations and and Shar, holy goodness. This is a rock star too. A lot of rock stars are on, which I'm forever grateful. She earned her quick start bonus. She's sponsoring people. And Shar lives here in Pfeiffer, and she lives here in Ramona as well with Lori Youngblood. So
okay, awesome. Love that. Congratulations to all you guys and your success, and keep moving forward. That's really what it's all about. So
Kelly Dodson's on here too, Tammy. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you're
I didn't see.
Yeah, Kelly's
there's Kelly Dodson. Freddie, you know Kelly with
I do.
Here in San Diego. She and her husband Aaron recently promoted to supervisor with the department and a continued rock star. Freddie,
that's awesome. Kelly Dodson, what's happening?
Hello. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Great to be here, y'all. And congrats on your promotion there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited about this Zoom. I appreciate you guys, by the way, inviting me. And I wish I could have did it at your time, but I've got another one at 8 Central and one at 8:30 Central. And I just got home from the gym. I haven't had dinner yet. It's all good. My son says, "Hey, Dad," he goes, "Would you rather be doing construction?" I go, "No." I go, "You're right about that, brother."
Exactly. And Leslie just jumped on too. So Leslie's on here also. So
oh, cool. Leslie.
Hi, Freddie.
How are you? I'm going to see you in Orlando. I seen that.
Yes. I'll be there.
I can't wait to see and give you a big hug.
Can't wait to see everyone. It'd be so exciting.
Right?
I know, right?
So, all right, you ready to get started, Miss Tammy?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. I am ready to sound off. We do this training every week, as y'all know. Dawn Abbott and I, she's a silver director, button right up against gold. And we do a weekly training on Tuesday evening. What we found is that sister lines are strong. We're very good friends, and numbers and linking arms get us where we want to go. Nobody succeeds on the journey as a solo act. It's that of duplication. So this evening, Dawn and I, as we're closing the month strong and ending it, Dawn suggested, what about if we get Freddie on? Freddie is the first male ambassador, and he's so humble because I know he's going to say to me when we're in Orlando, Tammy, that doesn't mean anything to me, but it does to me because I run with the leaders, I run with the winners, I run with people who have what I want. So it means the world to me and my team. If that's where you want to go, you need to be running with those people. So Freddy Elias is on. He is there in Franklin, Tennessee. I was going to say Peoria, but he has transitioned to a beautiful home there in Franklin, Tennessee. He is a friend. He is a mentor. He is a coach. And at times he's kicked me in the bottom and said, enough already. Are you ready to go again, sister? So Dawn, I don't know if you want to do a little introduction of Freddy, because I know he touches our heart in different ways.
He does. He's my Alabama running buddy. That's what drew me in first. I think one of the first videos I saw with Freddy, he had an Alabama hat on. I'm like, that dude's gonna know who I am by the time I'm done with Singular. He's gonna know who I am. But again, I can't say enough about Freddy. He's been a mentor to me, checking on my mom, that sort of thing. He's amazing. He is closer to me now. He's only 3 hours, so he's really close to me. But I tell you, Freddy, I want you to share your story with the people that don't know, quickly a little bit about that. But I tell you what I really want you to hit on is what you and Dusty talked about last Monday night. I watched it on the replay. I'm usually always on live, but I watched it on the replay. I told them today, I've watched it 5 times today, listening from place to place. It hit me so hard. So I want you to touch on what you and Dusty talked about today, and being consistent, and the consistent, Tammy, you'll have to jump in here, but what was it? Consistency. What was the?
Consistency creates emotional stability.
Yes. Yep. And I love the question, Freddy, because I too have listened, is if you're not consistent, what does it bring? What does it bring? And the pain that it brings. Because either way, it's hard at times. You got to pick your hard as to when you wake up in the morning, what's going to fuel you that you did the very best. So I loved it. And I will be listening again. Dawn is 3 up on me, sister. I will be listening those 3. So take it away.
Well, I first of all, I just want to thank you guys for inviting me on the Zoom. And I do think it's so cool that you guys have come together cross-line and are working together. And you guys, this already, that you're 2 of my favorite people in the company, and I love you guys. And so let me share some things really quick, because what I like to do, is for people to get to know me. I like to really get to know you, but obviously we're on a Zoom and I don't have a lot of time, but I want you guys to be open-minded. I want you to take some good notes, and I want you to be open if I call you out. Okay. And it's not going to be in a bad way. I'm not going to go, hey, let me see who you are. I may ask a question or 2 and I won't pinpoint anybody, but I may ask you something. And if somebody could just please step up as a leader and a participant to answer the question. But what I love to do is get people to see a little bit bigger of a picture. And I think that's really the biggest key. It's kind of like getting people inspired. And I want to hopefully inspire you in a short time, and really get you to think like, what, can I do this? And do I deserve this? Do I believe in this? Do I believe in myself? And what you really want out of it is the real question. See, because if you have doubts, then you need to work on your mindset and get rid of those doubts. It is natural, would you say, for us to think negative, to think about things that we really don't want in our life, but maybe that's worry that brings to you, or stress. I never watch the news, and it's interesting because, I just heard about that building in Miami, like yesterday. And I don't know when it happened. And the guy's like, you didn't hear about that? I'm like, no, because I don't watch the news, because there's nothing on the news that's positive, right? And so I'm not interested in all that, so I find out about things later. And but it's natural for people to think negative thoughts. So you got to stop doing that, right? And so on. And I'll tell you guys this. I was a person, I grew up with an amazing family, incredible parents, but we didn't have much. And I'll paint this picture. The office I'm sitting in, bigger than this, but 300 square foot room was our whole house. We didn't have a bedroom or anything. We had a room and a bathroom with no shower. I don't think I took a shower until I was, I did take baths though, you guys, okay? So, but I don't think I got a shower till I went to high school when I played football. I was 14. It was my first shower of my life, you see. And so I'm taking you back to go, you know, I started with nothing. I worked hard in everything I've ever done. I've treated people amazing in everything I've done and all my relationships. And but we struggled most of my adult life, to be honest with you. Sometimes in construction it was really good, you know, and then sometimes it was really not good. And that's just part of what construction is, you know. So I want you to know where I came from. And so it initially started with me with the products, because I had a major need. And I think I always say that everybody has a major need for good nutrition. If you want to take care of yourself and have a better immune system and have more energy and have less pain and sleep better and have less stress or whatever, because we focus on those. But I had a real weight issue that I created for myself. And so when I got the phone call back when I started, we didn't do testimonial pages. I think you guys all probably that's familiar with you. We didn't do, we didn't post. We weren't doing Facebook. We didn't have a video. We did not have a video like you guys know, Singular Share. We didn't have our first video until we were 4 years old. So I had to make phone calls, but I started on the product because my buddy told me about it. And he said, you will lose 5 to 15 pounds in 8 days and you will not struggle with hunger and cravings of carbs and you will have energy. So I trusted him. He was very excited. He was very passionate. And I believe that people buy your feelings and they buy your passion. And so, everything's about the story, whether it's an 8-day story, a 30-day, a 90-day story, whether it's a business story, it's all about the stories. And so I started in 8 days, lost 11 pounds, dropped 19 pounds in 30 days, 36 pounds in 90 days, 50 pounds in 5 months. And I went from a 44 to a 34 waist, and I hung around there for a long time. And 3 years ago or so, I decided I was going to get in really good shape. And I started working out again. And I took my body down 60 pounds total. And I'm in a 32-inch waist. And I believe that the story is key. And I believe that you got to be committed to that. I believe that our bodies are our business. So I don't care if you've been on for 1 day, 8 days, 8 years, you really want to be committed to the products, to the water, to eating right. And I know life happens sometimes and we get emotionally caught up in food because of life brings things to you. And so I got excited on day 7. And I said to my wife, I was going to look at the company and the business. And just so you know, my wife's never worked out of the house and we raised our children, but they were young at the time. But I wanted a secondary income. And I know the business model. The business model is this: creating residual passive income, creating time freedom, right? And unlimited potential of whatever you want. And I always say this is a business, it's a part-time business that can create a full-time fortune. It's a part-time business that can create a full-time, whatever it looks like for you. And at this point, I'm going to say, what does it look like for you right now? Okay. Because you have to be intentional, right? You got to be intentional. This is not something you got to trade time for money for. You're not getting another job. It is not a job. It is a part-time opportunity, and you are the CEO to your business. So my question is, what do you want out of it? And why are you here? What does that look like for you? And then I say, see what you can see right now. Okay. So if you can see 500 a month, free product, 500 a month, see it. If you can see free product, 1,000 a month, see it. If you can see free product, 2,000 a month, see it through. But you gotta dig in. And so when I heard about the business model of daily pay, here's what I ran off of: lose 5 to 15 pounds, 8 days, down 11, get paid daily, free shipping, and 100% money back guarantee, 45-day empty container policy. And I'd say to my buddies and my friends, what do you got to lose? You just got to tell them you need to lose 30 pounds, and you're tired and you're whatever, you got your back is killing you. So do you want to lose the 30 pounds and have energy and get rid of some of that pain? Then let's get you on it, because if it don't work, let's get your money back. If it works, then let me show you how to get it free and make an extra 500 to 1,000 a month. And that's, hey, could you get one second? Can you get my cord? It's for my phone. It's next to that side of the couch. So anyway, so that's what I ran off of. And when they told me get paid daily, so let me share this with you. I got a gal that just signed up today. She's in another company. It's called It Works, if you ever heard of it. Okay. She's been doing it 2 years, works relentless. She's consistent. She's very, very good on social media, has 5,000 friends. She's posting, she's doing things, but she's frustrated. She's been in 2 years and she's making $600 a month. Okay. And she's frustrated. And I go, well, what are you frustrated about? Her name's Stephanie. You'll eventually hear about her. And she had great results. She lost 100 pounds. But she's like, I'm frustrated because, and one, they have no guarantee of their product. They don't guarantee their products. We guarantee ours 100%. Okay. They don't ship free. They pay monthly. So think about this. If you started somebody today, or whatever, say the first day of July, they don't get paid till middle of August. That's 6 weeks later. So she's like, I cannot believe you guys pay daily. I can't believe you guarantee the products, and I can't believe you ship free. And so she's excited. She's frustrated with that company because she says everybody knows about it, which is fine. Nobody knows about Singular. She's frustrated with that company because the stuff isn't working for people. That's what she told me. And she's frustrated because she's struggling to grow her business. And I said, let me ask you a question. Because she was trying to figure out, she just felt bad she was going to come over here. But I said, if you're frustrated and you're making 600 a month, what about all the people underneath you? How do you think they feel? So she was worried about what they were going to think. And I go, you can't worry about the outcome. You can't be married to the outcome. You gotta go. So bottom line, so I started sharing the products and the opportunity up front. I was sharing the business up front. And I think that's a struggle for a lot of people, because it's really natural to share the products and the stories, especially if you got results. Okay. But it's hard to share the opportunity, because then you're going to go, well, what do people think about me? Okay. Well, guess what? Let me put it this way. If I said you could lose 50 pounds, well, that's one choice, or you can make 5,000 a month, which would you choose? Most people would choose the 5,000 extra dollars a month. So share the opportunity. And that's what you need to be. You need to get courageous. You need to grow your comfort zone. Okay. And go after that, you guys, because people are looking for a way to make more money. I don't care who. People that have Mercedes, Porsche, and Bentleys want to keep them in their garage. Okay. Other people are just trying to get by week to week by pay, and they're sick of it. And we have an opportunity. And I believe this, I believe in people, and I believe in our company so much and our opportunity. I think anybody can do what we do. So there may be some question marks in your mind, but that's what I believe. I told that to Callis Cadell 10 years ago over. You got to believe that anybody can do Singular. You got to believe in people. And so ultimately, my first 3 months, my biggest key thing, and I'm going to share this with you, I was going to create urgency, which meant what? It meant every day I need to focus on why I got paid. Okay. You get paid for one reason, right? And here's the basics. You take the products, you talk to people, and you share the stories, and you repeat over and over, but we get paid to talk to people. We get paid to share. We get paid to expose. However that looks like. I'm not going to go into those details. You guys know kind of that. But anyway, so the bottom line is this. My goal, and I set an IPA, income producing activity goal, was I was going to talk to 2 to 5 people every single day about my products, about my opportunity. And I never deviated from that. And I did that. I worked for 90 days straight. Let me say this to you. I have a lot of time. I worked from 7:30 in the morning till 6 every single night. Okay, 7:30 to 6. And that was Monday through Friday. Saturday, I worked most every Saturday from 8 to 4. So I had what off? 4 to end of the night, and then Sundays. That was my only times off. Okay. And I cherished it because, man, every time Sunday night come, I'm like, got to do this again. Got to start this week again. Anybody think about those things when they go to work, when they have a regular job? See, so I said, every day I'm going to fill my funnel every day, 2 to 5 people. And you got to run for that. And you need to schedule a 90-day plan of action. You really should focus on that, because what you do today, you get paid 90 days later. Not literally, but it's like planting seeds. The farmer plants lots of seeds, and then 4, 5, 6 months later, whatever, the harvest hits. So the more seeds you're putting in the ground, the more people you're talking to, more people you're following up. The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? The more you're going to grow your business, and the better opportunity and chances you have, because it's a numbers game. So my first 90 days, I signed up 54 people. Telling you, you can do it if you put your mind to it. And I earned 10 grand. We did not have an extreme business builder bonus back then. We did not have travel incentive back then. See, so that created momentum. And what I did was I was diligent with following up with people. We did not have Xander, by the way, either. So our jobs was way harder. But I followed up, and I was plugging people in, because our tool was 3-way calling. Our tool was talking to people, and our tool was 3-way calling and people sharing stories. And it's still my number one tool in my toolbox. Okay. But I do invites. I don't much of a poster, but I do fast chats. Okay. I love that stuff. And that's how I get my people off the ground. I have them post. Okay. So I made 10 grand my first 90 days, and I made 70,000 my first year. This is a family that was struggling. This was a family that sometimes couldn't pay our utility bills. I ain't proud. My utilities were shut off. My water's been shut off. You know, I had a car repoed. I mean, that's where I was. I'm not saying anybody here is there, but that's where I was. Okay. I was 90 days late on my house payment, worried about that. And then I had babies in the house trying to feed them. But that first 90 days was huge, and I remember making the $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 a month. That money was more important to me than the money today. Don't get me wrong. I need the money today too, but that was important because I needed it more. Okay. So what are you making? What are you seeing right now? Okay. And so the bottom line is, second year I made 150, third year I made 300, 5 years made over $1 million. And at that point, 5 years in, we were at 35 to 40,000 a month income. Guess what that gave me? My upfront was never thought. I wanted some time freedom. I wanted not to have to work till 6. I wanted not to have to work Saturdays. I wanted not to have to worry about how it's going to pay my utility bill. But this gave me freedom. 35 to 40,000 a month, $1 million in 5 years part-time. 5.5 years in, I sold my construction company and I went full-time. And I want you guys to understand, my story is my story. I barely graduated high school. It took me 5 years to graduate high school. And you guys know it's a 4-year program. You know, I had no special talents or skills. I'm a hard worker and I dig in. I am a visionary. because when I see something and I believe in something, I go after that. Just everything else that I did wasn't really something that was going to make a huge difference for my life, but I've always worked hard, and I love people, and I'm good with people, and I build relationships with people. So relationship business. Now, sold my company, been home every day since. Been home. Okay, 5 till. Yeah. Been home every day since. And I'm going to get to your question, but have no debt, debt free. And it's been life changing. So you got to see what you want. Now let's talk about consistency. Okay. And consistent, when I say consistency builds emotional stability, you got to make that decision. And what I'm trying to do is paint the picture, say, this is real, right? This is something that really can change your life. And it doesn't mean it's going to be in 3 months or 3 years. No, but you gotta be going after it. No different than you go to your job every day. If you have a job, and I say this, my question is, does your job, is anybody's job really changing their life financially or giving you time freedom? And most people would say no. Okay. But you go to your job every day. Why? Because if you stop working, you're going to lose your job and you can't pay your bills. So you're committed to that. So why not be committed to your part-time business opportunity that can create a full-time fortune for you, or full-time whatever that looks like for you? See, the last 12 months, I made 70,000 my first 12 months. I've made over $1 million my last 12 months. So you're talking about a guy that worked hard, and I did it every day. I fit it in my day. Not a part-time business. It's part-time, but not sometime. So why be consistent? Because think about what I'm saying. Everything great. Okay, if you want to be really good at something, you gotta do it every day. If you want to be a great mother, you can't take a week off from being a mother. You're a mother, right? Especially when you have the little ones. If you want to be great at playing piano, then you need to practice 30 minutes a day to be great at playing the piano. If you want to build a body, you can't build a body in a day, a month, or even a year. Can you change the body over so many months? Yes. But you got to show up to the gym every day, which means you got to show up to your singular business every day, right? You're talking to people, you go to the gym, you're working out, you're doing the repetitions, right? You're eating really healthy. That's going to change your body over time, but you got to go grind it. Does it hurt? Yeah. Does it hurt to train? Yeah. Does it hurt to get, if you got on a treadmill right now and you're not in shape, does that hurt? Yes. But if you get on your treadmill every day for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, within 2-3 weeks, you're going to start feeling good. Your energy is going to be better. You're going to be getting in better shape. And all of a sudden things change. Your body starts changing. That's the consistency I'm talking about. So let me say this in closing, because I got to get on this other call, and I am so sorry. Okay. The grind is the grind. No problem, Kelly Dotson. Good to see you. The grind is the grind. We're going to grind, I grinded the construction trade. And as my son says, Dad, okay, you're grinding singular, but isn't this amazing with what's happened? Didn't happen overnight. And yes, I was up and I flatlined and I was down and I stayed the course and I kept moving because I believed I could, and I believed in what we have. And so it's just like this, and it's going to happen. There's seasons. This is a season. June's a season. Summer's a little slower. But here's what I want to say. If you want to gain ground on the company and other people, not that it's a competition, okay, then you need to dig in, right? Because other people maybe aren't going so hard. Dig in and go, what do I want out of this? And I want my family to have more. I want a better life. Does that make sense? So hopefully that helped. And hopefully I got to the point of your question, Dawn. I am sorry. But anyway, you guys, listen, I hope for the ones that are going to be in Orlando, please come up and say hi to me, give me a hug or a handshake or whatever you want to do. And then hopefully, some of my words and my passion is touched you a bit, but don't accept mediocrity. Don't be mediocre. If you're going to do it, go do it and get better at it. Hone your skills, get more brave, right? Be more intentional and just and think good thoughts. And last thing I want to say, work on your mindset, grow your mind, work on your personal development every day. Same thing, be consistent doing that. Same thing. It's all it is. So anyway, thank you, Dawn, and thank you, Tammy, for having me on.
Thank you, Freddie. We'll see you next week.
Okay, appreciate y'all. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay. Wow. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, you guys. I know we're going to open it up. I know that Freddie touched on some incredible stuff. First and utmost, I want to thank everyone for being on and for your time. Your time is valuable, and I understand that. And I know Dawn always closes with that. Thank you, because you guys showed up tonight. And it's important, especially when you have someone like Freddie, not so much for Dawn and I, but it's like the wisdom, the knowledge, the power, the passion of what is here. Everyone waters the seeds a little bit differently so that you get a full garden. So Dawn, I know I listened to Dusty. I know you did. I'm going to give you that opportunity to share some of your takeaways, like, the consistency factor and the grind, of it. I'm going to let you go ahead, and then I'll just plug in at the end wherever, and then let's open it up to people to be real.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and we all have stuff that happens. We get life that gets in the way, but I have found out my own journey that not doing something every day really, really hinders you. And like I said, when I got on there and I listened to Dusty, and Dusty's been here, I think he's been here 10 years, I guess, a little bit less than Freddie. Freddie's been here since the beginning or a couple months in. But Dusty he talked about the plateaus and really just kept grinding. And, he did that 75-day hard, whatever it's called. And it scares me to even think about it, but it's something that I think that I need to push myself to do and just be as consistent, but not, being consistent in something. And this is really kind of what's played into my mind with listening to Dusty. I'm fairly consistent with my business. I'm not consistent in stuff that I do every day here, like my horses and stuff like that. And I have found, like, getting my butt back into the saddle, because I haven't been consistently riding over the last couple of years. It scares me. It's hard to do. And that's what Dusty talked about. If you don't do something consistently, you don't get better at it. You don't feel confident. It's a struggle to get started again. And that's what it really, really hit me when Dusty started talking about that mindset. And when you are in those plateaus, and that's kind of what I've done this month, because that's kind of where I see myself sitting at, is I'm at a little bit of a plateau. I've really dug into some audibles and listened to some books, and that's what Dusty was talking about. When you do hit those plateaus, go back and reevaluate why you might be there, but work on your mindset. And I never knew anything about mindset and personal development and that sort of thing until I became part of Singular. And it teaches you how to handle everyday life. It's not necessarily just about your business. It's about everyday life and how you handle what the day is thrown at you. So mindset is huge. Any devotional, and it doesn't have to be religious, anything that just motivates you. And it can be just simple YouTube videos. There's all kinds of things. Doesn't necessarily have to be a book. There's podcasts that are about 30 minutes long. I listen to one every night before I go to bed, and in the morning when I get up. And then, like I said, little short 3-4 minute videos on YouTube about inspirational stuff. but mindset is huge, and just the consistency, because you lose it. You know the term, if you don't use it, you lose it. I mean, and that can be in any aspect of life. I'm not going to get into details on some aspects that we talk about, but anyways, but yeah, I mean, you become that shy person again. And if it's something that you do consistently every day, you'll get that mindset that you can do anything. And then you work on something else that you're not comfortable doing. But if you become consistent in your work every day, then you find that next step that you can be consistent in. And then your circle will grow, because they talk about that you've got to outgrow your circle, your comfort zone. And so you make those little steps. You get closer to that edge when you start becoming consistent, and you find something else that'll push you out of your comfort zone. So I'll put in our team chat, I will put Dusty's and Freddy's video in there, live in there, and I highly recommend you going in and listening, because a lot of it just resonated with me. It was really, really good stuff. So Tammy, what did you pull from? I know you haven't listened as many times as I have, and
No,
I'll listen more.
But I love it. And I too will put it in there. You know what resonated with me is that a few things, and I just took notes like crazy, but you'll never make more than you believe you deserve.
Right.
And you'll never become more of the person that you want to be if you don't believe you deserve that. It's an internal journey. It really is an internal job. And what Dusty was saying when I listened is, we all have a past. We all have negative belief systems about ourselves. And it's not to say that we don't go back and address that. But the truth is that is the past. And the focus is for the future. It's like we can think forever about the past, or what we didn't do, or how we didn't grow up in the best home, or we did grow up in the best home, whatever it is. But you can't change the past, but you can completely change the future in every aspect of your life. And so, you were saying about your business in the month of June, with my husband being back from Hawaii and a son graduating, and now both boys are off playing baseball. I'm home by I got my 15-year-old dog here. I started with 4 and the dog, and now it's me and the dog. But the truth is that I've had a lot of life go on, and I've been very consistent with my food and very consistent with the gym. But the first thing that pops in my head in the morning is, you're not doing what you need to in this one area. And what it is like anything, if you don't ride a bike for a while, it's hard to get on the bike. Not that you can't. And next thing you know, activity, positive activity, and it creates emotional stability. And I liked what Freddy said. It's like, if you're not being consistent with whatever you want, what does it bring? How does it serve you? How in the morning do you feel? And what is the first thought that pops into your head in the morning? For me, it's what I haven't done. Because I know I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. And I know my food is clean. That's all okay. But there's always something I'm working on. And so what does it create? It brings fear. It brings stress. It brings lack of confidence. It brings lack of emotional stability. It brings a procrastinating mind. It doesn't develop self-esteem. So really exactly what you want to attract, you are going the opposite way. You're either moving towards your goal or away from it. Some people say, well, I'm standing still. No, you're not, because the world is moving. You're going backwards. It creates pain. It creates worry. And the last question is, why am I not doing it? So all it is turning the chapter today. Be consistent. Get an accountability partner and say, I'm willing to do 30 minutes a day. I need to get back on track in this one area. So, we all, what did I put? We all know enough. Art. A lot of us have been in this industry for a few years. We didn't come from it. We know a lot. But are we practicing the principles in our daily affairs? Are we practicing the action steps? because it's like faith without works is dead. Knowledge without action is you're going backwards. So we're here for a reason. We're supposed to be here. Find what you believe, find what you want. It can always grow bigger, but commit to that. And basically, here's the deal. And then I'm going to close out too. You're committing to yourself. It's bigger than your singular world. It's bigger than all of that. It's suiting up and showing up for yourself, because that which we do every single day builds self-esteem, builds confidence, and pretty soon we start attracting those people into our lives because we believe it and know it because we're living it. And we're keeping the promise to ourselves first and utmost. So that's what I, kind of what resonated with me today. Yep. Does anyone want to chime in some thoughts on that? I know we're going a little over, but does anyone, want to share kind of their experience or an area they're struggling in? And I'm going to mute out because I'm not getting off till someone talks. So get that
I'm
off.
going to jump in. I'm going to actually jump in. So we talk about consistency, and I've always strived to be consistent. However, I know.
Turn your camera on so we can see you.
Oh, I'm awful. Hang on.
Good. You've been at the barn. Good.
Yes, I've been at the barn. Oh my goodness. And it's hotter than Hades here. So anyway, yeah. So as far as consistency, I've always like trained on that. I've always talked that and walked that walk, except for the last year, it's just been a struggle. And I love that you guys are talking about this because it is so true. Whipping myself back into shape as far as not only, my weight loss, my business, my horses, all of those things, because it takes consistency. I went to the World Show and watched horses and I thought, God, there is no way that I have been riding enough to compete with these guys. And so I left there going, you know what? I have to get back into consistency in everything in my life. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And you guys, great training. Thank you for bringing Freddy in, and thank you for allowing us to all jump in as well. But I'm going to jump off because first of all, I don't even have my contacts in, so I can't even see you guys. And second of all, I got to go feed horses.
Thank you. See you next week.
Yes, I can't wait.
Woohoo!
I know.
There's my roommate.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to call anyone out, but Stephanie Foreman, what do you think?
You know what? That's okay. I'm good at being called out. Honest engine after. Here's my thing. One thing I definitely think that is super important for any of us is to get into as many trainings as possible, whether that's Zoom, whether it's attending an event, which we're finally getting ready to do. But I'm telling you, from Zing Fest of last year, that was after I already hit director. My business fell off with Ship Happens. Lost a complete line, gold manager and below. Zing Fest gave me the spark I needed. League of Leaders changed my world. And Zing Fling refired, just kept me fired up. I mean, just so as far as being consistent, every day, I know we're in threads where it tells us what it is that we're supposed to do every day. And by golly, I'm doing everything I can unless I've been blocked and said that it's too much. But that's where consistency and being relentless, I mean, so many of new distributors or even old distributors get so keyed on talking to somebody and they get down when somebody says no, or that they get crickets back from them. Just move on to the next person. They will circle around. And I'm telling you, I went through my warm market, and at this point I am working with people that I don't even know. They're friends on Facebook, but I don't know them personally. So don't give up. I mean, absolute consistency and being relentless every day, showing up. And it's not something that takes long. We all know this, and following up. But I mean, I'm telling you, you girls, Dawn and Tammy, you two inspire me so much. And I'm so thankful that you brought Freddie on. I wish we could have had more people on just to hear the story, because I mean, that man, Dawn got me on a phone call with him within my first 2 months. And it absolutely drew me in and focused me and inspired me to go after what it is that I want. And I'm not done.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yep,
And I
absolutely.
can't wait to hug you when I see you in Florida. I don't want to call out anyone new.
Okay, I'll chime in.
Okay, good.
So,
job.
Good.
Good job.
so I know it's been a while that I've actually chimed in or spoken or said anything. And I think everything that you guys talked about is true. It's consistency, never give up. You gotta show up, you gotta be there, you gotta do it every single day. And I've been with Singular 9 months. It'll be 9 months this month. And I'm pretty motivated and pumped most days. There have been days, I mean, I've made manager, I'm super proud of that, but I have been busting my tail just to be silver manager. And there are days, like I think Dawn mentioned, and even Stephanie, they say no, or you're getting all excited because you're talking to, for example, myself. I was talking to 6, 7, 8 people at one time. Nobody said yes, none of them, but they didn't say no. They're just like, okay, I'll get back with you. I'll get back with you. And I do my IPAs. I get up early and I do what I need to do. I do watch, inspirational videos. I mean, I've been watching Joan, is it Joan Myers is her name? And she's a lady preacher. And she has really been inspiring me a lot lately. I've been listening to her almost every single day. Well, I had got myself, pumped and was going to the gym and doing that and everything. And then I broke my ankle or sprained it. I don't know what I did. Oh, I was so mad. I'm still mad because I was like, okay, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And then that happens. And I was so angry that I almost just busted out in tears crying, because I'm like, here I am. I'm stuck at home. I feel like it's COVID again. And I can't go to the gym. I can't drive at the moment. I'm too scared to drive. I probably could, but I'm scared. My ankle's still jacked up. And and the thing is just you guys are, all of y'all are inspiring. Stephanie, Leslie, Dawn, Tammy. If it weren't for you guys, if it weren't for me watching the videos and just, life happening, I would not still be doing this. I'm not a quitter. That's one thing about me. I don't quit. It's hard for me to quit. I just don't. So I keep going and keep going and keep going. And, honestly, I haven't made a lot as far as income. I haven't, but I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy hearing back from the people that are under me that tell me, oh, I've lost X amount. I feel good. I'm just, I'm beaming. I'm glowing. I sleep good. That makes me feel good. So, I know Freddie mentioned it's a part-time job. Well, I like the job that I have. I will say I don't like my boss, but a lot of people don't. But, I'm hoping to maybe one day quit my job and hopefully do this. And things aren't happening really fast for me, but that's okay. I'm waiting. I think God is working on me. I really, really do. I think he's still working on me, my mindset. I think attitude is everything besides consistency and showing up and all that stuff. But I think your attitude has a lot to do with it. And that's really all I wanted to say. So if somebody out there is listening and they're, wanting to give up or thinking, well, this stinks, it's not working for me, everybody's saying no, just hold tight. People don't succeed overnight. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So just, keep going. And I'm not going to the Florida thing, but I'm going to go to the one that's going to be here in Dallas. So looking forward to that. So I'm getting pumped up and ready for that. So, and I just wanted to thank you guys for helping me along the way and pulling me up and, inspiring me, especially Tammy, my coach. She's a doll. That's it.
I love that, Sherlyn. And let me tell you something that Melissa Adams taught me is in those downtimes, you need to go back in the room at the top and listen to Christy Bland's live with Calla if you have not. Part of Christy Bland's story is she sat at Silver Manager forever. And she's now, I think she's like a gold executive. She might be platinum executive. I don't know where she's at. But you need to go listen to Christy Bland. She's very, very inspiring. I listened to that this morning as well. But Melissa taught me there's a reason why we don't grow as fast as what we do. It's just what you said. I might not have been able to handle fast. I've never done anything like this before. So God's got it all in his hand. There's a reason why we sit where we're at. And
right.
Sometimes grow yourself, and work on yourself. So, it's
definitely
timing, and we can't compare, y'all. We cannot compare, it just is what it is. So I love
exactly.
it. I love it.
Good feedback.
Anybody else want to open up?
Shar, Lori, Miss Alicia, I'm so glad you guys are on. It means the world to me. Seriously, is there anything you want to chime in and maybe share?
I'll just say that it was super inspiring hearing you guys all the time too, but Freddy was really inspiring. And for myself, I just need to quit being a baby and not worry about people saying no and really reaching out. And just doing more reaching out to all those people on Facebook that I'm friends with now, but I don't know. And, just get some thicker skin and just not worry about it. And I know it's a numbers game. And honestly, after listening to that, I need to work harder, at it. I love the program. I'm so excited about it. It's working for me. And I love it when people are successful on it. And I get kind of frustrated when people don't want to do it because I know it works. And I just need to, just stop being a baby and just, work harder. So that's kind of what I got out of it. And I love the potential and I love the product. So it's a win-win.
Thanks for jumping on. Thank you. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you in Florida. What about Shar? Is there anything you wanted to jump in and say, or maybe Alicia? No pressure. If you don't want to, it's totally fine. Anyway, Miss Dawn, I don't know. The one thing I can say is anything worth having, you got to put in, like Freddy said, you got to put in the work. I love, there's this thing on Facebook I saw, and it was this woman, she had her head down. And it said, I've been doing direct sales for a week now, and it's not working, and I knew it was a scam. And the truth is that anything worth having, you got to put effort in, no matter what that is.
Are you coming back this way?
If you want to be the best baseball player, if you want to be the best at piano, if you want to get an A on an exam, if you want to hit your goal weight, if you want to develop more muscle, if you want to make more money, all of it, it's like pick your hard, because both of them are going to require work, consistency, dedication. And I'm going to make sure that Shar and that Alicia and that I think Lori Youngblood are all in room at the top. And I'm also going to post in my thread times of calls, because inevitably you guys, and then I will say goodnight and let Dawn finish up. So many times I've been in the down. It's not like a roller coaster, just keeps going up. Woohoo, look at us go. Look at me, Tammy Glowacki's going up, up and away. Every time I go up, I go down. And then but I don't go down as far. I don't go all the way down. I go down. And then I click, 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 click. I go back up again. And it's all, and inevitably, you guys, I plug into a training, I plug into a call, I plug into a story, and all of a sudden I go, I'm not alone. I am freaking not alone. This is the norm. This is what happens. This is what happens. But I thought it was because I wasn't good enough, or I didn't have rich enough friends, or I don't have the time, or I have a full-time job. Most people do. So plug in. I'm going to make sure you guys are at room at the top. And I thank you for jumping on this evening. I hope it was as valuable for you all as it was for me.
Yeah, I think it was good stuff. Next week, I'll stop the recording.